everybody? It's your boy, Setchawayo, a.k.a. Coach Bird, and I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE Show. Cousin Tracy. We are back at it, episode 64. And we have as you see, very special guest sitting on the couch in a cage with us today, you know what I'm saying? My big bro, you know what I'm saying? We'll get all into that a little later. But here in the cage with us today, my man, Lance FUSSELL.
Thank you for having me,
Hey,
man.
Thanks for coming through, you know what I'm saying?
Man, we had to pull his leg.
I'm the top 75. Feels good. Top 75. All right.
As long as you in the top 100, you good. Everybody always do the top 100.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So today we're going to talk a little bit about something that's very dear to his heart and very dear to my heart as well. You know what I'm saying? And we just want to talk about the lack of baseball with our youth, especially in our communities when it comes to kids that look like us. You know what I'm saying? And my man Lance, he's taking it upon himself to try to make a difference and change that and get these kids to participate in the game of baseball. Before we dive all into that, Lance, why don't you just tell the folk that don't know you, because I'm pretty sure a lot of our viewers, they do know you, but they might not know everything about you. So why don't you just let them know a little bit about yourself?
Sure. Lance FUSSELL, born and raised here in Camden, New Jersey. Grew up in McGuire Projects, then I moved out to Centerville. Camden High, class of '85. Went to Stockton State College at that time, back in 1985. Attended Ashford University, where I got my bachelor's in business administration and my master's in organizational leadership. My professional background is in higher ed. 25 years as in financial aid. Currently doing some remote financial aid for NYU, New York University. So that's a little bit about me.
Before we go into the topic, kids, did you hear what he just said? Financial aid. Y'all need to hit him up. Soon as we throw up his Instagram, hit him up. Uncle Lance ain't got no problem helping the kids. Because all of y'all got financial aid questions. Everybody does.
That could be another topic we can talk about one day.
Yeah, for sure.
True.
You know,
Definitely.
There's definitely a lot of free money out here that kids don't capitalize on.
Right.
So I'm definitely for that, man. It's all about just going.
Look at that. He just made his way into another episode.
In the top 100. The top 100. In the top 100.
Yes.
So we chose the topic today. Me and Setchawayo have been sitting around talking about the Little League baseball situation in our community. As we're watching MLB players with these substantial checks that they're cashing, like
Tell me about it.
we're just watching this unfold, and although they're the black and brown, but most of them are of Hispanic and Latino background. So we're sitting here thinking about many moons ago, when baseball was all we had in Camden for a little bit. Whitman Park was like the thing. Like, I started playing baseball at 4. You know what I mean? Mr. Knobloch and Mr. Philippek told my dad, put her out there. You know, and you guys I'm looking up to you guys because y'all were on Tri-County and all that. Y'all were the big boys. So baseball was what we had. And then we had the old heads had the league, the softball league that used to be in the evenings out in Centerville, Pink Elephant. So it went from that to all we push our kids into now is basketball and football. Like, we don't have enough feeder programs for them to see other sports outside of those two. So this is why this topic is important to all three of us that's sitting here on this couch. And we think it's essential that we understand. And why do you think there's a lack of it in our community?
Like you said, it's not glorified. You know, basketball, you know, it's always on TV. You know, the players are getting sneaker deals, and you know, I'm saying with football. Whereas baseball, another thing in baseball, football and basketball is a fast sport.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of action. Whereas baseball, a lot of kids find it boring.
Right.
You know, it's hard to sit there and watch 9 good innings of baseball. You know, that may take up to 3 hours.
Right.
It's a very boring sport.
Right.
But with the right, you know, training and building the right fundamentals about it, it can be fun. It can be really fun.
Definitely, because you know, we all know Big Bird,
Yeah.
the original Coach Bird. You know what I'm saying? I knew nothing but baseball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, outside of, I played football, basketball, of course, too. But since I was able to throw and run and all that stuff, I was just playing baseball. And it was funny because he made sure that we had an age group team. Every time I went to the next age group, started the next team. Went to the next one, started the next team. So it's kind of like Lance is following in his footsteps by starting the programs back up. So it was just baseball was it. I'm looking at other kids like, why don't you play? You know what I'm saying? Like, what you mean you're not playing baseball? But like you said, I think it's especially it's not marketed towards us. You know what I'm saying? Like basketball, we see them guys on TV all over the place. The football stars all over the place. True. You don't really see many black baseball MLB guys being marketed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that definitely adds to the lack of participation.
True.
And although baseball is a very long season, because you figure it starts spring, March, April, and goes all the way to the Hunt for Red October, which is October, it is a long season. But when you think about the amount of money they're getting paid over that 100 and something games, and not every game, some of them are not even playing every game. Right. You know what I mean? It's less wear and tear. Like most guys in the MLB careers are like
almost 20 years.
Yeah, 20 years. Yeah. Like they in it for a long haul. Yeah.
On top of that, they starting at 16.
Yeah, right.
17
right,
years old.
Right,
and,
that's
and,
true.
And playing to almost
that's
40.
They're coming right out of high school, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And things like that.
But is baseball, and I'm going to ask you guys because I'm not sure, is baseball one of them sports where the kid can get chose or selected and still going to go to college like hockey?
You can. They call them like two-way deals where the MLB works it out with the university where they can, go both.
Because I know I've seen that in hockey where a young man gets drafted and then he says, "Oh, I'm gonna go to Boston College for this 4 years, and then I'll see y'all when college is done."
Right. Yep.
Which is
what
another option.
That, like they probably have to go to one of their like a minor league thing during the off season.
Right.
The same with baseball.
But that's a good option.
No, definitely.
Baseball.
Definitely.
They get paid.
Yeah, it's a win-win. Get paid.
Get paid. Work on your craft. You know what I'm saying? The whole nine. Let's get right into it. What made you, you know what I'm saying, want to start the Little League Baseball program back up in Centerville, as we should have got our Centerville.
Well, actually, I didn't start
our Centerville baseball.
COURTLAND SMITH, but
right.
he was the one that started up about 5 years ago. He was working or volunteering, I should say, out in the park with the T-balls.
Okay.
And then he started Centerville baseball. My involvement came after my mom passed, and I actually relocated back here, and I was trying to figure out, what I want to do with my free time.
Right.
And he's been pushing me to come on. So finally last year I came out, and it was good. The thing about it, you have to be committed. You have to have that time available to give to the kids. And so last year I felt as though the time was right, and now I'm committed, I'm 100%, and I enjoyed it, man. It's definitely something we're trying to push to, not only because every kid's not going to make it to the major leagues,
right.
But definitely. If they can be good enough to make it on the high school team and earn a scholarship to go to college,
that's a win.
Job well done. So that's one thing we're trying to do is just,
you know what I'm saying?
Show them that there's a different direction to get into college outside of football and basketball.
Definitely.
So real quick, we don't want to take nothing away from COURTLAND SMITH, Bud.
Shout out to Bud.
Yeah, shout out to Bud. Bud, he has been instrumental, not only with the children in Centerville with baseball. He had an adult league for a little bit too. Yeah. They were doing a softball adult league. So he's been trying to keep baseball alive in the South Camden area, which we appreciate and we respect. And we thank you, Bud, and we also thank you for making Lance come back and putting in a little work.
Also, we will be doing softball
okay.
in the near future. We're going to try to do 13-15.
Okay.
That's something that's been lacking too, where the kids that in 12U really don't have anything, and that could be another reason why the filter into high school is not happening, because there's nothing that's transitioning those 13 to 15-year-olds into the high school programs. So hopefully we can get that going. You know, softball is something we've been talking about, soccer, lacrosse, and field hockey. You know, just trying to expose the kids to,
we definitely know
the kids to other opportunities.
True.
Yeah, we definitely know. If anybody that come out and watch the Little League baseball, you'll see little girls on the baseball team because they don't have little girls softball in our area. So I know Coach Smith and Coach Fussell has been pushing that narrative and wanting to bring girls softball in so young ladies can learn the fundamentals and they can transition a little earlier. You know, like I said, I've always followed Lance and my older brothers, my only brothers, lead on the whole baseball thing, but I had to transition from hardball to softball like 8th grade into 9th grade. And although it's not a hard transition, it's still something that's different. The rules are a little different and things, so you have to, so we can get the girls a little sooner, the transition maybe 7th, 8th grade, then by the time they, you know, get to high school, the coaches at the high school level won't have such a hard time of getting the program running. Because right now, even with in the middle school, your practices is all fundamentals. You can't even really get to action stuff because you're teaching the basics. The basics.
Right.
So
that's definitely. I mean, because we see it on the high school level, especially in baseball, a lot. It's just a lack of fundamentals. When these kids get to us, we got to, like you said, we got to start from ground zero. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of the kids are just not having that opportunity to play at those younger ages. You know what I'm saying? Pick up the game late. Baseball is one of those games, you know what I'm saying? You're not just going to, unless you're just naturally gifted, you're not just going to head out there and just start hitting home runs. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's technique involved.
It don't work like that. You actually got to put in some time. You got to be taught the fundamentals. You actually got to work on your craft, put in some times to be good if you want to be good.
Definitely hand-eye coordination.
Right.
So you got to be able to see that ball to hit it.
Definitely.
If you can't hit it, you ain't.
And focus. I think baseball.
Yeah, right, exactly. You sit
next
to
to the coach.
I think baseball is one of them sports where you got to really have focus. Like you got to really have focus. Because that is you up there.
Right. And not only that, like Liam said earlier, to the outside world looking in is boring. So you gotta keep yourself focused. Like you're in the outfield, your pitcher up there walking everybody. You're in the outfield like, what in the world? So you got the ball's coming to you like, oh, here it goes. So you gotta just be able to keep yourself in the game when there's no action going on. Like basketball, we run up and down.
It's action all day long.
Football, you tackling, running, this, that, that. Baseball signs, you just kind of chilling.
You in the heat.
Right. It's 90 degrees out there. You know what I'm saying?
In left field.
Got this hot uniform on.
Right.
You know?
So Lance, what is your whole baseball experience like? What is your background in baseball?
I started baseball, probably around 4 or 5. And the only reason is because I had an older brother, 3 years older than me. So wherever he went, I had to go. Whatever he did, I had to do. So, you know, we used to play stickball, you know, and hackball.
Kids don't know
so, but that's where I started, was just being around my brother and all his older friends introduced me to the game of baseball. You know, so I went from East Camden to Whitman Park. I never played baseball in Centerville. It was Whitman Park, but I played football in Centerville. So, but that's where I started. Then moved into Camden High, played varsity as a freshman all 4 years, and then played at Stockton. And then I played in the Puerto Rican League up in Chester with the Poppies. Which was fun, man. It was really fun, different experience.
I will say this, my LANCE
story.
I know,
skip. Played with Big Pop, you know, riding around in the yellow bus.
Riding around the yellow bus.
That was fun.
You know what I'm saying? Well, it was good times, though. They was definitely good times. But my LANCE story, we was in high school. You know what I'm saying? I played baseball as well, so I got to play with him. And we're playing Bishop Eustace. I'm talking about in New Jersey, Bishop Eustace. And for those that are local, you know where that field is. And you know, over the fence back there, what's that highway? Is that 70?
70, yeah.
This joker hit a ball on 70. I'm not lying. I witnessed it. True story. You know what I'm saying? This joker hit a ball on 70. At that time, that was the furthest ball that I've seen. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Like he's good.
It's
Yeah, it was just-
Field of dreams.
I want to be like him. You know
Field
what I'm
of
saying? So that's my Lance story.
Wow, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He put that thing
I
on the
was batting
highway.
It was-
like,
it's-
and it was we had Rodriguez
was I in the
on
lineup?
first.
I don't know if I was in the lineup there
It
yet.
was a 2-run shot.
Yeah.
It was
Nice
just
stuff.
crazy watching them guys. I was
Wow, sad.
Yeah, nah, I was there. I was there.
yeah, it was just
I was on the
crazy
squad.
watching them guys. As I'm growing up and baseball, like I said, baseball was a thing, and watching them oil gloves and. We lived on Morton Street. They oil gloves, and then they would take the rubber band and wrap around the glove. Yeah, fold it, put underneath the mattress.
Underneath the mattress. I think I put a glove in a microwave once. And my dad was like, I don't think that's going to help.
Wait, what was the purpose?
Somebody told me to try.
It would make it fit.
I would like break it in
Oh.
It
quicker.
was YouTube.
But
man.
yeah,
Back
yeah.
then,
It didn't
try it in
work.
the microwave.
Yeah.
First of all,
glove gonna be
what year
hard.
was
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
fire? Glove all melted.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I can't get
I
my
can't get my fingers in here now. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy, man.
That's what's up. Now, and you mentioned it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But let's talk about a little bit about, because I know we talk about it a lot. Sports now seem just to be sports specific. You know what I'm saying? Football is all year round. Basketball is all year round.
Yeah.
Even baseball, all sports. You know
All
what I'm
year
saying? Just
round.
all year round. That's all kids do from the beginning of the year to the end of the year.
Is
It's
there
just
one
that
sport?
One sport. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And we talk a lot about the advantages of being a multi-sport athlete. Cousin Tracy played multiple sports. I played multiple sports. And you just alluded to it that you played multiple sports. So, in your opinion, why is that important for our youngsters to play multiple sports?
I mean, it keeps you fit, one, you know, and, you know, I think as young kids, we really don't know what we're really good at until we get older
Right.
and develop,
Right.
fully develop
Right.
physically.
Right.
You know, and I think kids should keep the options open to play multiple sports. You know, I enjoy playing basketball, but I never played organized,
Right.
meaning like on high school
Right,
team
right,
or
right,
college
right,
team or whatever.
right.
More pickup. So, which I thought I was pretty decent, but it wasn't the sport for me.
Right.
But I think it helps build character, team camaraderie between individuals. And again, it just gives you another option
Right.
to get into where you're trying to go.
Right.
You know,
And most professional athletes,
They do.
They play multi-sports. Matter of
That's right.
fact, I was watching the Phillies game the other day, not last night, I think it was the day before, and Bryce Harper was up in the booth with Kruk and them guys, and he even said it. He was like, I don't see why kids don't play multiple sports. He was like, other sports help you with the game of baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like he was saying the fact that he played receiver in football made him a better outfielder because he know how to track the ball and stuff like that, because like tracking the football. You know what I'm saying?
But
So-
also
Yeah.
too, it makes each
Your
sport you
footwork,
have to
footwork,
everything,
yeah.
hands,
Yep.
and
all
your
that.
mental. Like each sport, you have to think differently. So it helps you challenge you mentally.
True.
It helps you, you know, your brain circuits work differently, because in each sport you got to utilize your brain in a different way, and your brain also makes your muscles move in a different way for each sport. So I just think kids, I always say I would like kids to do multiple sports. And you know, people say it all the time with my grandbaby who's young and trying to find her way. They're like, you know, she not doing basketball. So I said, it's baseball season.
Right.
She do it. It's
She'll
baseball
get there.
season.
She'll get the
And
basketball.
It's baseball season.
Right.
Let's
Yep.
be clear.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
so
Nah, definitely.
and she's going to do both when she get to high school.
Right.
They know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
If I can
definitely.
find something else for the fall, she'll be doing that
She
too.
be doing that too.
It's a field hockey.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what.
right.
Well, when I got to high school at Camden Catholic, that's how I ended up playing field hockey, because I wasn't a big on track. Like I'm not a track girl, right? You know what I mean? I'm not a cross country girl.
Right.
So my dad was like, "Listen, field hockey and soccer kind of like is
Right.
one and one. Go and try that." So I ended up playing. And then the girls from the field hockey team played basketball, and then the girls from the basketball team played softball. So we kind of was together
Right, the
all
whole
year
thing.
round.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
So.
right. Definitely. Nah, it's definitely a plus. You know what I'm saying? So you guys out there, and we're not saying that, say if basketball or football, whatever, baseball is my one sport, of course you're going to pay more attention because
Right,
that's
right.
the sport that's taking you to
right.
college and hopefully to the pros and all that type of stuff. But at the same time, you still can fit time in the, you know what I'm saying?
That's right, to do some
play
other stuff,
basketball,
yeah.
play football, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that's not during your season. You know what I mean? So, yeah. And we're, like I said, we all did pretty well. We all played multiple sports, and here we are.
Yeah, we all went to somebody's college.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Granted, I didn't stay, but
But you was there, you know what I'm saying?
I got there.
They wanted you there, you know what I'm saying? They definitely wanted you there and whatnot. And shouts out, because I was just thinking when you was talking about my dad having us on the yellow bus, going all these different
right,
places,
Coach Bird.
play, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my dad, the original Coach Bird. Also, shout out to Howie, man. We was talking about him a little
Howie,
early
yeah.
off camera. His son plays at our buddy Howie that used to play with us. His son plays at Gloucester Catholic. Pretty good player. Very good player, I should say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Future plans, what you got going on? Just, I know one thing is just to keep building.
Yeah,
'Cause
we're
I know
just
we
going
talked
to keep
about that.
working with baseball, trying to build or make it stronger throughout the city.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this year we had just on 12U almost 35 kids to come out. So if we can get that strength in numbers throughout the city, I think it will make a strong city baseball team
right.
where we don't have to go outside the city and play against. I mean, we would love to go out
Yeah,
to compete against
yeah.
competition outside to challenge ourselves,
Right.
but within the city, it will
It's
make
nothing
it
like that
strong
city
as well.
league. Because I remember, you know, like I said, growing up, you know, playing my dad and all that. It was a city. We had a city situation in, and we played outside of the
Outside,
city.
yeah.
We played both, and you know, that's just. You know what I'm saying? That's just pride when you can walk around and be like, we the king of the city this year.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So that's definitely, you know,
Yeah. So
definitely something great.
definitely want to continue to build on, you know, what we're working on now. As I mentioned before, we're trying to introduce some new programs to the city, and hopefully we can get those things to grow.
Right.
And you know, just keep on working hard, man. That's all
what's
we're
up.
trying to do.
That's definitely
Trying to
what's
keep
up.
these guys out of trouble,
Yeah,
these
well,
girls out
that's
of trouble
yeah,
as well.
yeah,
You know,
that's big, especially in the city. You know what I'm saying? Giving these kids something to occupy their
Definitely, yeah,
time.
definitely
You know what I'm
outlet,
saying?
man.
A positive outlet. You know what I'm saying? See some positive role models. Learn some sports. You know what I'm saying? And then hopefully they'll stick and they'll make those right decisions going
That's right.
further in life. You know what I'm saying? Any shout outs or anything before we get out
Oh
of
yeah,
here?
definitely Coach Bird, man. You know, the original Coach.
The original
Bird.
Coach Bird.
You know, he gave us a lot of opportunities outside the city.
outside the city. Yes,
Taking
yes,
us on
yes,
those
yes,
trips
yes.
to York, PA,
Yeah,
Baltimore.
Delaware. I think we went to
You know,
Delaware.
we
a
used to
couple
always go down
times.
to
Yeah.
Violin and
My mom's
play.
fried chicken. My mom
Making
made
that
fried
fried
chicken for the
chicken
team.
You know, my college coach, Harry Maurice, he gave us a lot of equipment last year that we're still using. A bunch of gloves, about 100 gloves.
Nice.
You know, 100 baseballs. An umpire that I met one day gave us 2 cases of baseball. So, you know, to everybody that's out there providing positive role models to our kids in the city, you know, shout out to you, Orlando,
Definitely.
you know, supporting us.
Definitely.
His thing he got going on with tennis, you know, with the girls tennis. So, you know, Cortland, Whitman Park, Bryant out there in North Camden, you know, Vance and Fairview. And shout out to those guys that are trying to keep baseball alive in the city.
That's definitely what's up. Definitely. Well, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Once
Thank
again,
you, brother.
for shooting through,
Yes,
checking us
sir,
out.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Finally got Big
What
Bro on
number
the
am I?
couch. This is episode 64, you know what I'm saying? Episode 64. Then we might get you back for the financial aid episode, so you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh, yeah.
You might make 2 appearances before we hit 100.
Yeah, appreciate you having me, man. It's, I'm in the birdcage,
Yeah, in the
baby.
birdcage. He's in the cage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, shout out to my dad. You know what I'm saying? Because although, you know, football and on paper or, you know, his accolades that he got from football, you would think football was his, baseball's a sport.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, what
Baseball's
we
a
were
sport.
talking about that. I don't know if you recall, but remember he used to come out and say, "Nah, this is how you do it."
Oh,
And then get
yes.
he start running the base.
He start running, yes. With the swishy pants on. You know what I'm saying?
Coach, man.
Yeah, you gotta. relax a little
enjoy
bit.
having
You know what I'm
him,
saying?
man.
Yeah. Nah,
Miss that energy
baseball is a
out
thing.
there,
Definitely.
And that's
Definitely.
something that I do take from him is to get out there and show the kids that I actually can do it.
Right. Definitely.
You know,
Definitely, because he definitely did that.
That's definitely something I did pick up
Your
from
uncle
him.
was definitely out there. And we sitting there looking like, yo, man, this guy ain't going to be all right. So definitely shouts out to him. You know what I'm saying? I know he'll enjoy this one, especially when I tell him his boy Lance is on. You know what I'm saying? And then he's going to probably say, tell him I said come down to the office.
Yeah. I'll be down there, Coach. Season's almost over.
That's what's up. Shouts out to my cousin over here, you know what I'm saying?
Thank
The
you,
lovely,
Tracy.
you know what I'm saying?
I told her I didn't want to be famous. That's why I didn't want to come on the BYRDCAGE Show.
Well, too late. They famous now, you know what I'm saying? They
People
famous
knows
now.
who you
yes,
are.
exactly, you know what I'm saying? And again, I always say, you know, there's no BYRDCAGE without my cousin Tracy, you know what I'm saying? This was fun, you know what I'm saying? This is definitely fun, definitely fun. What you got going on? Because I know you got something.
So I do have something to say, but before I say that, I just got to do out a disclaimer. I had a conversation with my youngest daughter, who's 28 years old, Finasia Raleigh. She was not aware of the bird connection.
Get out of here.
She did not know where the connection came in. So I'm going to clear the air right now and let everybody knows Setchawire's grandfather and my grandmother, brothers and sisters. It's my grandmother and his grandfather. So now everybody can know how I'm really a bird. My mother's maiden name, my mother's name is Augusta Bird. So that's where the bird connection comes from. And just to hear that from my youngest daughter,
Right.
she thought my mother's father was a bird. So just to hear from my daughter, I was like, yeah, maybe people kind of don't know where the connection lies. So that's what I'm going to put that out there.
I didn't know.
Now to wrap it up and put a bow on it.
I thought they was fake cuts. I know him.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah, you ain't the only one.
You ain't
And
the
listen,
only one.
it's mainly the female persuasion that think this is all a scam. Like this whole, it's a scam.
Yeah.
But nah, it's blood on top of blood.
Definitely.
Couldn't get no deeper unless he was my father kid. But so to wrap it up real quick, Monday, 5:30 p.m., Centerville on Centerville at Elijah Perry Park. At
Right.
9th and Ferry. It's the finale of the Little League baseball season. So Centerville Yankees is playing Centerville Cardinals 5:30 p.m. on Monday. That would be August 9th.
August 8th.
August 8th. August 8th.
Yes,
August
my daughter's
8th.
birthday. She's turning 30.
30?
Yeah. And I left that date up in Coach Lance's hands because we wanted to play Tuesday. I'm a grandparent of a Cardinal member. So I told him to take the basketball and go shoot out for the day. Needless to say, Lance let
shot was
Coach
off.
Smith Lance let Coach Smith
shot
get
was
warmed
off.
up. Look, Coach
tried
Smith
it.
got warmed up.
He missed the first one. He said, man, that was a foul shot. We shooting threes. Because I was like,
We won. We good. We out. Yo, Lance made the first. I said, we done. Lance let him get warmed up.
man.
That was it.
That was a wrap. Now we playing at 5:30 on Monday.
Wait, Lord.
And we might be the visitors. Who knows at this point?
We are definitely the
Yeah,
business.
because Coach Fussell done jacked this up.
Second seed, so.
Yeah,
That's
so
all right. I got something for him.
You got something for him?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
so if you're not busy, please come out and support Centerville Simbas Little League Baseball.
We do have these shirts for sale.
Oh,
15
let them
bucks.
know social media pages and all that type of stuff.
It's
LANCE
LANCE.fuss.
On Instagram, right?
LANCE Fuss.
Instagram, yeah.
It'll be up.
It will put him up because he
Fussell
could.
at LG Fussell at Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
He don't even know what they are. We'll
'Cause I
we'll
really
put it
don't
up.
pay attention to 'em.
We'll put them up.
Well, you got to pay
And-
attention to them now.
Yeah.
So they can reach out to you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
so you can get these
gotta
shirts.
make
And
sure you
it's,
know what I'm saying?
again, if you remember, always support your Little League programming. It's good for our kids to learn structure and discipline at a young age. Camaraderie, teamwork, team concept, team building. This is what this is about. Please, and support does not have to be
Brotherhood,
financial.
sisterhood, yeah.
It's just showing up. You know, you don't even have to volunteer to be a coach. It's just showing up to cheer them on while they're playing. Do we like coaches? Absolutely. But if you can't put in the time, please just show up. And again, to all my people out there, remember, think clean, think positive, and be well.
Definitely. Episode 64. You know what I'm saying? That's a wrap. Episode 64. On that note, once again, I'm Sechuayo, a.k.a. Coach Bird. I'm the host of the BYRDCAGE Show, and we'll talk to you soon.
It was a stone groove, my man.